in Sushil Pandit, please. Yes, let me please bring in Sushil Pandit. Sushil Pandit, is this just about an individual, Digvijaya Singh, who's made such statements in the past as well? Or is it, like the BJP is saying, the larger plot, which is the tukde mind? So there's a habit of always making such statements and the party distancing, but secretly also agreeing to it.
I agree with you, Swati Joshi, that this is a case of history repeating itself. Digvijaya Singh is the same gentleman who, within months of Mumbai tragedy of 2008, gave a clean chit to Pakistan by releasing a book which said this was a conspiracy by RSS. This is 2008 Mumbai carnage that took place on 26th of November. This is the gentleman. So what credibility does he have when he takes up cudgels on behalf of such terrorists, such malcontents, such rioters who have very patently organized this riot and inflicted more than 54 deaths on Delhi right when Trump was visiting us? Number two, I heard the Congress spokesperson say about justice delayed and justice denied. Not a single murderer of Kashmiri Hindus in Kashmir since last 36 years has faced any trial. It is 35 years since Yasin Malik is facing a trial on Tada court for murdering Air Force officers, Squadron Leader Ravi Khanna and his 4 colleagues. Why isn't he talking about those issues? Why is it so selective that their heart bleeds for terror suspects, for rioters, that they should be quickly dispensed justice with, but not those victims and survivors who are waiting since the genocide of 1990. Such double standards need to be exposed. Such selective standards need to be exposed, and Congress has always been found on the wrong side. Always.
Syed Asad Abbas, double standard. Congress's heart beats for, like Sushil Pandit says, he accuses that it is for terrorists and anti-nationals.
The fact of the matter is that even Mr. Sushil Pandit cannot deny is that Umar Khalid holds a doctorate in history. In the words of Digvijaya Singh.
Are we discussing that? His educational background?
I will tell you why. Because these are the words of Digvijaya Singh, who said exactly the statement that Umar Khalid holds a doctorate in history. He's a highly educated.
Nobody has a problem with Digvijaya Singh saying that he's a PhD holder. Nobody has a problem with that. The problem is when he goes ahead and pronounces him innocent and says, "Isko jaldi se bahar nikaliye jail se, release him immediately."
The fact of the matter, let us understand, why hasn't Umar Khalid's trial begun? The Supreme Court always holds that bail is a right, jail is an exception. But yeah, what has been granted, why has he not been granted this right? His hearings proceed, judges continually postpone the dates. The date was yesterday, but it was postponed. Let us understand, those who are in power today influence such decisions, and because of this, he's not even getting what he deserves.
No, but Syed Asad Abbas, why do you forget what the High Court said while denying bail to Sharjeel? And the court spoke about the magnitude of the case. You may find merit in what Siddharth Yadav just said about the fact that the charge sheet runs into 3,000 pages with additional 30,000 pages of electronic evidence. And also what I just said, at the start of the debate, that grant of bail on sole ground of long incarceration and delay in trial cannot be universally applicable in all the cases.
Swati ji, let us also understand the Delhi police also noted that Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam were cahooting together for a regime change operation. इन दोनों की उतनी औकात नहीं है कि वो regime ही change करते हैं. This is absolute joke and mockery of the system. How can these two change the likes of Modi and Amit Shah?
वो कैसे करेंगे? वही तो
absolute mockery, I'd say.
Just because you feel, अभी मैं उस शब्द का औकात जैसे शब्दों में मैं नहीं जाना चाहती हूँ, उनके एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड में भी मैं नहीं जा रही हूँ. Just because you have a PhD degree does not mean you can be a mastermind of a crime. Does not mean कि आप conspiracy hatch नहीं कर सकते हैं. And also for a person to hatch conspiracy, उसको crime scene में बैठा होना भी जरूरी नहीं है. But just because you believe so, the courts won't act on individual beliefs.
Do you really think, Swati ji, that Umar Khalid can change the whole regime?
Who am I? No, once again, who am I to pass a judgment on that or give my views on that? The
Yes,
same,
Swati ji.
no,
So
no, no.
my point.
The
I'll
same
tell you.
law
My
applies to
point-
me as well. If I am
I'll tell
questioning,
you.
why is
Swati
Digvijaya
ji.
Singh? Why is Digvijaya Singh saying that Umar Khalid is innocent? That law applies to me as well. I can't be sitting here giving my views on do I think Umar Khalid can do this or not. Siddharth Yadav.
I'm very sorry, Swati, but I need to remind my learned friend of what these guys were capable of. Do not forget what Sharjil Imam said at the national capital. हमें नॉर्थ ईस्ट को काट करके, चिकन नेट को काट करके भारत से अलग करना है. चिकन नेट को काट करके भारत से अलग करना है. These people were conspirating together to break India. This was the Tukde gang. They went on full on to bring division in our country, to break it into pieces, into parts. They were conspirating for a very large plan, which is now hashed. All of that is now out in open, and he wants to innocently sit on TV and ask, क्या वो कर सकते थे? क्या उमर खालिद ऐसा काम कर सकता था? This is for the courts to decide, sir.
Also, whether they were capable of doing that or not, I don't know. But then why make such statements with what intention? Why make such statements with what intention to flaunt that PhD degree? The courts will ultimately decide. So I leave it at that. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.